Good morning and welcome to Mckie Field at Hayden Park here in Oxford, Ohio for the series finale between the Ball State Cardinals and the Miami RedHawks here on RedHawk Radio. My name is Andrew Relvas for Game 3 of this baseball series between two of the top 5 MAC teams. First for Ball State, they come in with a record of 15-14 overall and 10-4 in the MAC. They are number 4 in the MAC, tied for 3rd specifically. And meanwhile, for Miami, they come in with a record of 19-10 overall and 9-5 in MAC play. They're 5th in the conference. So battle between the number 3 and 5 teams in the MAC, and it should be a good one here in the series finale. Ball State as well coming in on a 3-game losing skid. And meanwhile, for Miami, wins in back-to-back games and looking to make it 3 in a row. And they're searching for their first sweep against Ball State since 2007. So a lot on the line as well. This race for the top in the MAC, it's pretty much a logjam. You got Kent State 11-3, Toledo 11-4, Western 10-4, Ball State 10-4, and Miami 9-5. So not a ton of room separating these two or these contenders, and Miami trying to move up and position themselves well for the MAC tournament coming up in about a month. Let's take a look at how these games have gone in the series. First, in game number 1, that was a run roll where the RedHawks won 14-4 on Thursday in 7 innings. Miami took care of business, winning by 10. Game 2, even better, another run roll where the RedHawks won by 16 this time. Yesterday, they won 20-4, and that was a game where we saw Miami hit 4 home runs. So the power has been such a form of success for the RedHawks all year long, and they tacked on 4 home runs against a really good pitching staff in the Ball State Cardinals. So the RedHawks combined 34 runs in the first 2 games, and they're hoping to keep this scorching hot offense on track here in the Saturday finale. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Ball State Cardinals, coached by Rich Maloney in his 14th year. It is Braden Hubner, the DH, hitting first. Ryan Muslar is batting second, and he's over at third base. In the 3 spot, it is Jacob Gillis, and he's over at first base. Hitting fourth is Brady Davidson in the cleanup spot, and he will be playing second base. In the 5 hole, it is Kenzie Thomas, and he's in left field. Hitting sixth is Brett Griffiths, and he's over at shortstop. In the 7th spot, it's Max Kalk, and he's commanding pitches behind the dish at the catcher spot. In the 8 hole, it is Malik Perkins, and he's patrolling duties in center field. And in the 9 hole, it is Gavin Bellius, who's the number 2 stolen base player in the MAC, and he will be in right field trying to keep some RedHawk home runs at bay. And on the mound for the Cardinals, it is John Chambers, who is making his 17th appearance, comes in with a 4 ERA. He's 4-3, and this is his 2nd game that he started this season. Now let's turn it over for Miami, searching for the sweep. Leading off, it is Marcus Dirks, who is the stolen base leader in the MAC. He's playing in center, and leading off in the 2 spot, it's Evan Applewick, Miami's home run king, the all-time leader in Miami home runs. He will be at first base, as he has been all year long. Tommy Harrison in the 3 spot, he will be in right field. He had a grand slam yesterday, so he's looking to keep that offense on track. In the 4 spot, the cleanup for Ryan Novak, and he will be playing over in left field. On the 5 hole, it's Ignacio Gonzalez, and he's over at shortstop. Hitting 6th is Dom Krapinski. Over at third base, like he's been all year long, Matt Buffington in the 7th spot catching. Diego Cruz hitting 8th over at 2nd. And rounding out the lineup, it's Christopher Raw. We'll pause for the national anthem and be right back here in Oxford. Back from the national anthem, pitching for the RedHawks, it is Troy Banco, who comes in with a 3.89 ERA, making his 19th appearance on the year. And this is his first game that he's going to be starting this year. He's usually a bullpen arm, but making the start today in the series finale against Ball State. And we'll see what he can do against the Cardinals. The pitcher here for Miami, standing at 6'5", 215, the tall righty, in his second year with the RedHawks. Today's umpires, home plate umpire, it's Justin Penix. Over at first base, Justin Murphy. And the third base umpire is Mark Hanwald. So those are the officials. And the weather today, it is 60 and sunny. This game was originally slated for 1 o'clock, but it got pushed up due to some rain we're going to get later in the afternoon. So both the Cardinals and the RedHawks deciding to push it up a little bit and get this game out of the way sooner rather than later. And this is, I believe, the first Saturday game that we've started at 10 a.m. in a very long time. During my time as a student, haven't seen a game start at 10 a.m. on a Saturday before. It's usually 1 o'clock all throughout the weekend, but a 10 o'clock start on a Saturday, and we'll see if these two teams are going to wake up either way on the pitching or hitting side. And here we go, starting off for the Ball State Cardinals. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, Braden Hubner, Ryan Muslar, and Jacob Gillis. 1, 2, and 3 to face Trey Banco here at Mckie Field at Hayden Park. Righty versus righty matchup, Hubner versus Banco. Banco gets a signal from Buffington. And here's the first pitch. Chopped foul on the left side. We're officially on our way. 10:03 first pitch time on the Eastern time zone. Hubner, the DH. Coming in and hitting .375 and making his 22nd start on the season. The 0-1 pitch is clubbed foul on the right side. Applewick has a run on it, and he makes the catch. That ball floated up there for about 4 seconds or so. It looked like it was going to bounce foul right in front of the Ball State dugout, but a beautiful foul-out catch by Evan Applewick starts us out here in Oxford in the first inning. Those plays are really tough to make, and it's a nice adjustment by Evan Applewick midair to make a nice catch. Now here is Ryan Muslar, who was the MAC hitter of the week last week. Pops it up right side, foul territory in front of the Ball State dugout. And this time it's Matt Buffington to make the catch over the top for the second out. So we open the morning with back-to-back foul outs right in front of the Ball State dugout. And now we'll see Jacob Gillis stepping in. Gillis, a .339 hitter. The righty will look to avoid a third straight foul out. First pitch, and he whacks us in the air out to center. Going back is Dirks at the track, and he makes the catch, and that is out number 3 here in the opening inning. So the Cardinals opening up with 2 quick foul outs, and Gillis ends the inning with a fly out to center. The speedy Dirks makes a nice catch. After a half inning, no runs, no hits, and no one left. And now we will take a break and return to Oxford in a moment for the RedHawks bats getting ready to go. We'll be right back here in Oxford for more Miami baseball on RedHawk Radio. Back for the bottom half of the first, and the RedHawks are getting ready to work offensively. It'll be Dirks, Applewick, and Harrison to lead off to face John Chambers, the righty, who will look to keep this Miami offense quiet. Last two games, the RedHawks have a combined 34 runs. And here's the first pitch, a little high and tight to Marcus Dirks, who gets away from it on the left side. 34 combined runs for Miami. They scored 20 yesterday and 14 the day prior. And Chambers answers with a second pitch strike. It's 1-1 on Marcus Dirks, who is the top stolen base leader in the MAC at 24. Strike 2 down the middle, and Dirks is behind. Chambers, a member of the All-MAC tournament team last year, as Dirks fouls this one off on the left side and out of play. Chambers this season, a 4 ERA. Awaiting the signal from the backstop caulk. And here's the 1-2 pitch. This one is a little chopper over at first. It's going to be a race to the plate, and it will be won by the Cardinals. Chambers puts away Dirks on a PFP play by the pitcher, and that is out number 1. It'll be a 3-1 putout. So 1 gone, and now we'll see Evan Applewick, and we'll see what he can do here for the RedHawks. Chambers in his last outing went 3 2/3, got the win. Or rather, the Cardinals won. 4 hits, 4 earned runs, and 3 walks, along with 3 strikeouts. The 2 starts before that, Chambers had 7 strikeouts in back-to-back appearances. Applewick hacks it foul on the right side, and after the first pitch was a strike, the second one right there. And now he is quickly behind 0-2 on Chambers. Applewick on the right side, wagging the bat, and he'll stare at a strike that flares on the outside. It's 1-2. Applewick on the year hitting .300 with 11 home runs. 31 RBIs, leads the team in that category, and he hits this in the air out to center. Coming in a little bit is Perkins, and he makes the catch. A soft fly out to the center fielder is out number 2.
Right fielder, number 25.
2 up, 2 down here for Chambers, and now we'll see Tommy Harrison, who was a problem for Ball State pitching in yesterday's game, had a grand slam. If you want to pick a player of the series so far, it's probably Tommy Harrison. First pitch to Tommy, he takes it low. Harrison this series, he's 6 of 8 with 7 RBIs and 2 home runs. He's had a home run in both games. Second pitch, that one a little low to Harrison, and it is 2-0. Harrison as well coming in on a 5-game hitting streak. On the left side, Harrison will take strike number 1 as this one floats over the top and down the middle. Harrison hitting .426 and making his 29th start on the year. Breaking ball downstairs, and that's ball 3 on Harrison here. Harrison will look to be the first base runner of the morning for the RedHawks. And here's the 3-1. Harrison thought about swinging, and he will take strike 2. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tommy Harrison. Here's the pitch, and Harrison gets rung up for strike 3. Chambers strikes out Harrison, looking to end the inning, and that's a 1-2-3 first for the RedHawks, who go quietly in the opening frame. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base for the RedHawks. And after An inning full. It's Miami nothing and Ball State nothing. On to the top of the second we go. Here in the top half of the second inning, it is the middle portion of the order for Ball State. Brady Davidson, Kenski Thomas, and Brett Griffiths, 4, 5, and 6 due up to face Troy Banco, who had a nice start. Got a 1-2-3 first to open up the game. First pitch, a bouncer foul on the right side for Davidson, and it is 0-1. Davidson, a .438 hitter and making his 11th appearance on the season and the 9th start. And Banco just missed a strike down the middle by a few inches. It is 1-1. Banco fires quickly the other way, the leg kick, and he answers with a strike. This time elevated and down the middle. It's 1-2 on Davidson, the cleanup hitter for Ball State. A 1-2 pitch home, and Davidson yanks this up the middle. Diving stop by Gonzalez. Throw over to first, and it's in time. What a play from Ignacio Gonzalez, the freshman, making a nice throw over to first as he dove on the ground and recovered nicely and threw a strike over to Applewick to get out number 1. One away, and here's Kenski Thomas, the Ball State left fielder. First pitch is whacked foul behind home plate. Thomas is a .301 hitter, and that will bounce low a ball. 1-1 sticks on the board here in the second. Thomas, this series is 2 of 4 as this one is bounced up the middle. Ranging throw over to first, and another nice play made by Ignacio Gonzalez. Back-to-back 6-3 putouts from the sophomore shortstop, and there are 2 gone here in the second. So last year it was really for the last few years, it was the Dylan Baker show over at shortstop, and Ignacio Gonzalez in his first year playing that position has picked up the slack nicely. Troy Banco fires a first pitch ball to the righty Griffiths, who nearly got clipped. That one missed inside by a good margin. It's 1-0. Second pitch on the way, and this one is clubbed foul left side. 1-1 on Brett Griffiths. RedHawks really lost about 5 starters from last year's MAC tournament winning team, as this one is clubbed foul on the left side. Diving attempt by Ryan Novak. He can't make the catch, and in comes the sliding Brett Griffiths, who's got himself a 2-out double here in the second. So Banker was 1 strike away from getting out of the second with nothing on the bases. Instead, Griffiths answers that back with a double out to left and a nice recovery made by Dirks to throw it in quickly. And now we'll see Max Kalk, the Ball State catcher, coming up. Kalk hitting .258, and he is the team's primary backstop. He's one of 4 catchers on the Ball State roster. First pitch, a ball outside, 1-0. Slight lead over at second for Griffiths. And Kalk will take strike 1. Breaking ball at 81 miles an hour down the middle. Ball State 15-14 overall on a 3-game losing streak, and they're trying to right the ship past the halfway point here in the season. And this one is ripped on the right side. Nice stop by Cruz. He throws over to first, and that's out number 3. So it's a 4-3 put out to end the inning. That one hit pretty hard. Bounced off of Cruz's glove initially before he made a nice throw. And a nice catch by Evan Applewick to end the inning here for Ball State. So after an inning and a half, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. And through an inning and a half, it's Miami nothing and Ball State nothing. Still scoreless here in Oxford. We'll be right back here for more baseball.
Leading off for the RedHawks, left fielder, number 31.
Welcome back to baseball here in Oxford. Bottom half of the second with the middle portion of the order for Miami due up. It is Novak, Gonzalez, and Kropinski, 4, 5, and 6, to face John Chambers for inning number 2. And for Miami, trying to get on the base pass for the first time today. First pitch, ball 1 way high to Ryan Novak. Novak, the junior, hitting .255 on the season. 29 RBIs. Second pitch, this one is fouled off. Initially fouled off of the catcher, Kalk. And it is 1-1. Got a piece of the mask there. The 1-1 pitch, and that ball is outside, floated away. It's 2-1. Novak is 2 of 3 this series. He's got a home run and 3 RBIs. And Novak swings and misses at a breaking ball at 78 miles an hour. It's 2-2. Novak searching for a 3-game hitting streak. He's got hits in 2 straight as that ball goes a little low on the opposite batter's box. It's 3-2. A full count here on Ryan Novak. Payoff pitch, and that's downstairs, ball 4. The RedHawks have their first base runner of the game. It's a leadoff walk here in the second for Ryan Novak in the second inning.
Shortstop, number 21, Mckie Gonzalez.
Strong start to the inning, and now we'll see Ignacio Gonzalez as he tries to push Ryan Novak over. Ignacio, the righty, takes ball one high. That one looked like it just went out of the hands of Chambers at the very last moment. So it's 1-0. Gonzalez is a .277 hitter, a Miami shortstop. Gonzalez grounds us on the right side past Davidson, and it gets into right field. Novak will go over from first to third, and the RedHawks have runners at the corners with no outs here in the second.
Third baseman, number 10, Dom Kopinski.
Only took a couple of pitches, and the RedHawks have their first run threat of the game. So nicely done there by Ignacio Gonzalez, who has been a great addition for the RedHawks. He's now got a 3-game hitting streak, and he's now 4 of 9 this series. And now we'll see what Dom Kopinski can do with a runner in scoring position. Kopinski, the lefty, looking to bring in Ryan Novak. First pitch, and Novak will take ball one high. Chambers so far 24 pitches. RedHawks are trying to tick up that pitch count early. Second pitch home, and Kopinski checked his swing. Doesn't matter, it's a strike either way, and it's 1-1 on Kopinski, the former Indiana State Sycamore. Kopinski hitting .255. And trying to tag in some runs. The 1-1, wave and a miss down the middle. This breaking ball for Chambers has been working pretty well so far, and it's 1-2 on Kopinski, Miami's third baseman. Novak over at third, Gonzalez at first, and Kopinski at the plate in a scoreless game. The 1-2, foul tipped into the glove, strike 3, and that is strikeout number 2 for John Chambers, this time in the second.
Catcher, number 28, Matt Buffington.
So Chambers gets out number 1, and now here is Matt Buffington, Miami's catcher. Buffington, a .250 hitter. This is his 10th start on the season. First pitch, ball one high. So the past about 3 or 4 at-bats to start things off, Chambers misses with a first pitch ball high. He's done that pretty consistently so far. Pickoff over at first, and back comes Gonzalez quickly. One ball, no strike on Matt Buffington, the former USF Bull, and Buffington cranks this foul on the right side. It's 1-1. For the RedHawks, traditionally, it's Carson Rather who's the starting catcher, but on the third game of the weekend series, Coach Smiley wanting to give Rather a rest. The 1-1 misses low, hit the turf, and it's 2-1. Missed right down the middle. Diego Cruz on deck, and Christopher Roa is the final hitter for the RedHawks in the 9th spot in the hole. The 2-1, Buffington thought about bunting, missed outside ball 3, and a quick throw from Kalk over at first to try and catch Gonzalez napping, but doesn't happen. So it's 3-1, and Buffington is 1 ball away from loading up the bases here in the second for Miami. Both Griffiths and Davidson spaced out up the middle, anticipating something from Buffington. The 3-1, this one is bounce foul on the left side, and it's 3-2, another full count. The second of the inning for John Chambers. Chambers, traditionally a reliever for Ball State and making his first start of the year. We'll check that second. Doesn't start many games. Another pickoff over at first. If this was the MLB, that would push Gonzalez over at second, but got as many pickoff attempts as you want. Chambers, the 6'1" senior. Runners going, that's Gonzalez, and he'll have to go back as Buffington fouled it off near the Miami dugout. Chambers from Grain Valley, Missouri. He's a former Johnson County Community College player. This is his second year at Ball State, going the JUCO route at first. And then going to play for the Cardinals. Another pickoff over at first and another empty result for Chambers. Runners at the corners with one out here for Matt Buffington in a battle with Chambers. The 3-2 swing and a miss. Strike three. It brought Buffington down to a knee, and that's back-to-back strikeouts here in the second for John Chambers. So Chambers so far, after serving up to back-to-back base runners, the answers with back-to-back Ks on Miami hitters. And now we'll see what Diego Cruz can do here in the second inning. Previous two batters went down swinging, and now Diego Cruz will try and break the scoreless tie. First pitch is strike one, and Gonzalez will at first sprint over to second, but then kind of jogs. So he'll take second base, and now the RedHawks have two runners in scoring position as Kalk was about ready to throw a rocket, but held back. 2 on and 2 out. Here's the 0-1, and Cruz will take strike two. And Chambers is one strike away from getting out of the second with no damage. Cruz, of course, trying to end that. The 0-2, and this ball is bounced up the middle, off the mound, and bouncing into center field for a base hit. One run comes in. Here's the second. Both Novak and Gonzalez scores, and Miami leads 2-0 here in the second off of a 2-run single up the middle by Diego Cruz.
Number 3, Christopher Roa.
Nicely done by Diego Cruz to finally get something in the scoring column. And timely hitting for the RedHawks has been a recipe for their success all season long. And they get one here in the second by Cruz, the second baseman. Now here is Christopher Roa, who's looking to extend the inning. And he takes a first pitch ball that missed low this time. One ball and no strike on the sophomore lefty Christopher Roa, and he will take strike one. It's 1-1 on him. Roa, this is his 6th start on the season, a .273 hitter. He played a good amount to open up the season last year as Cruz will swipe second. A big jump there by Cruz, the freshman, and he positions himself into scoring position here in the second inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Christopher Roa. Here's the pitch, and this one misses high and tight. Inside on the upper portion, it's 2-2 on Christopher Roa, and the deuces are wild here in the second. The 2-2, and that's another foul off by Roa, who has been battling so far. Chambers passed 40 pitches now. We'll look to keep it at just 2 here in the second inning. The 2-2 again, that bounces low. Nice stop by Kalk. Throw over to third, and this one is late. So 2 stolen bases now for Diego Cruz, who got another excellent jump from second. And now, just 90 feet away, is the 3rd run potentially of the game for the RedHawks. Roa just got to put something in play here and see what happens. Potentially something up the middle like Cruz did earlier. Cruz bounces this over at first. Gillis flips underneath over to the running Chambers, and that ends the inning for Miami. But it was a good inning as the RedHawks were able to tack on 2 runs. It was a 2-run single from Diego Cruz that capped off a nice frame of action for the RedHawks. 2 runs on 2 hits, and only 1 was left on base. And after 2 full innings, it's Miami 2 and Ball State nothing here in Oxford. We'll be right back for more Miami baseball action here at home. Here for inning number 3 between Miami and Ball State and the series finale, as Miami's looking for their first sweep since 2007 against Ball State. It'll be 8-9-1. Perkins, Balius, and Hubner to face Troy Banco. And first pitch is a strike as Perkins tried to go for a bunt. In came Applewick creeping in from first. He was expecting that bunt. And either way, it's strike number 1. Perkins will look to be the second base runner of the game for Ball State as he clubs 1 foul behind home plate. It's 0-2. The first base runner was Brett Griffiths as he got a double in the second inning prior. Banco's 0-2 pitch and a check swing over at first. According to the first base umpire, Justin Murphy, he did not go around. So that will be an unfortunate ball for Miami. It's 1-2. Perkins on the season, a .333 hitter as a freshman, making his 6th start on the season. Fouls one to the backstop on the ground, and it stays 1-2. Banco so far at about 20 pitches and searching for that first strikeout. Another 1-2 pitch from Banco, the righty, as this one floats down and away outside. It's 2-2 on the righty Perkins. Malik Perkins, the freshman from Greenwood, Indiana, will take ball 3 that just missed the zone by a few inches. It was down the middle, had the right location, but just a little high. And it's a full count. The payoff from Banco. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Banco's breaking ball worked to perfection there. And Troy Banco opens up the third with a strikeout swinging on Malik Perkins. Nicely done there by Banco the senior. And now we will see a real speed threat in the form of Gavin Balius coming to the altar for the first time today. He is number 2 in the MAC with stolen bases as Balius, like Perkins before him, tried to open up the at-bat with a bunt. But it doesn't matter either way, as that one was a strike. It's 0-1. This ball grounded over to short, throw over at first, and that's in time for out number 2. So that's going to be a 6-3 putout. That's the third putout of the game for Ignacio Gonzalez. And quickly, there are 2 outs here in the 3rd inning for Ball State. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd for Banco. And now we will see Braden Hubner for the 2nd time today. First pitch as this ball is hit well in the air out to left. Going back at the track at the wall. It's off the scoreboard, and this ball's gone. On the first pitch of the at-bat here for Braden Hubner, he gets Ball State on the board. A solo shot out to left field. And the Cardinals cut the lead in half. It is 1-2 here in the 3rd inning. And for the Cardinals and Braden Hubner, that is home run number 6 on the season. And now here is Ryan Muslar to the plate again. And first pitch, he just missed it on the left side. It's 0-1. So the Cardinals are trying to adjust, and they're trying to find something against Troy Banco. Second pitch on the way, a little inside as Muslar scoots out of the way. He was the MAC Player of the Week last week, where he was excellent against Ohio. The 1-1 home from Banco. A little dribbler that gets in between Gonzalez and Krapinski, and that's a 2-out single for Ryan Muslar to extend the inning. And now the Cardinals have the tying run over at first base. The score is 2-1 Miami, as Braden Hubner got a solo home run out to left field. And now here's Jacob Gillis. Gillis is 0-1. He flew out to center to end the 1st inning. Pickoff over at first as Banco will come up empty on Ryan Muslar, trying to catch him napping. Banco at 30 pitches. And trying to just limit the damage to 1. First pitch is yanked foul on the left side. It is 0-1. Gillis, the 6'5" junior. He is a JUCO transfer from Bossier Parish Community College in Louisiana. Spent 2 seasons there. The 0-1 fouled off of the chest protector of Buffington, and it's 0-2. So Banco is 1 strike away from getting out of the 3rd with only 1 run on the score. Gillis as well from Fergus, Canada. And here's the 0-2 pitch, and this one clipped Gillis. So now the inning will keep on going for the Ball State Cardinals. It's a hit-by pitch with 1 strike away initially for Troy Banco. And now the Cardinals have the tying run at second base now and in scoring position. And here for Brady Davidson, the cleanup hitter, this is a huge opportunity that he hopes to not waste. Davidson is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short back in the second to open it up. First pitch home, and Davidson pops it up, skies it on the left side in foul territory. The third baseman, Kropinski, coming in. He falls back a few steps, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So nice job by Banco to redeem himself by getting the final out. And for Davidson, he strands 2 runners on the base paths. But for Ball State, it was a good frame as they were able to get on the scoring column and bring this game a little bit closer to 2-1. The score is 2-1 Miami as we are 2.5 innings in, and we will be right back for the home half of the third in just a moment here on Red Hawk Radio. Here for the home half of the third inning as the RedHawks lead 2-1 against Ball State in the series finale against the Cardinals. RedHawks going for the first sweep of Ball State for the first time since 2007. And for Miami, it's the top half of the order. Dirks, Applewick, and Harrison, 1, 2, and 3 to face off against John Chambers. And the first pitch misses a little outside and up on Dirks for ball 1. 1-0 as this ball bounces to the backstop and away. It is 2-0 on Dirks, who is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the pitcher, John Chambers, in that first frame. It was a 3-1 put out. 3 straight balls on Dirks, who is the #1 stolen base leader in the MAC, 24 on the season. 3-0 pitch will be a strike, and it's 3-1 on Dirks, a JUCO transfer. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Dirks from Kansas City Community College. Spent 2 seasons there. The 3-2 outside and away. Ball 4. And Dirks opens up the third with a leadoff walk. So after a home run from Braden Hubner in the third, Miami will look to get back to work offensively and build on this lead that they've established early. For Chambers, he's up to 44 pitches. And here's Evan Applewick, 0 of 1 today. Dirks is off to the races, but he'll have to go back as Applewick skies it foul on the right side. The RedHawks in 2 games against Ball State this weekend have combined for 36 runs, including 2 today. The 0-1 misses low on the outside. It's 1-1 on Evan Applewick. Applewick, the 4th-year player here for Miami. Last year was a first-team All-MAC hitter, and he was a preseason player of the year in the MAC for the RedHawks. Pickoff over at first, comes up empty on Dirks. So this is a guy for Applewick as the 1-1 pitch is skied in the air out to right. Ranging over to the left is Balius, and he camps under it to make the catch. Dirks thought about going to second, but he will have to go back over to first. And that is out number one, a fly out to Applewick, or rather to Balius, for the first out here in the third. So one gone, and now we will see Tommy Harrison for the second time today. Struck out looking to end the first. And on the series, he's got 7 RBIs. Another pickoff over at first, and Dirks dives in safely. Another quick pickoff as Chambers is really trying to get Dirks to get caught lacking, but haven't seen it yet, especially the type of speed that Dirks has. And another pickoff over at first. And another empty result. Harrison is one of 3 strikeout victims by John Chambers on another pickoff attempt. This is number 4 in this at bat. Keeps trying to get a quick out over at first, and every time, no result. As this one gets away from the catcher, Kalk, and Dirks will have second base. Bounce off of the catcher, Kalk, and it hit Justin Penix, the home plate umpire, just a little bit. And that was ball 1. Here's the second pitch, and Harrison will take strike 1. It's 1-on-1 on Harrison, Miami's right fielder. 1 ball and 1 strike on Harrison with Dirks at second. And Harrison will take ball 2 low as that one skipped downstairs. Harrison, the redshirt junior, 4th-year player for the RedHawks. Played in 31 games last year, but this year has been his best. He's been an RBI machine. And Harrison hammers this in the air out to right, going back at the track, at the wall, and this ball's gone. Past the glove of Balius out in right field, and Tommy Harrison tacks on 2 more runs with a 2-run homer out to right field. That's RBI 9 of the series for Harrison, who has been a beast all season long. Home run number 10 on the year as well. And Miami now leads 4-1 here in the third. What a shot there by Tommy Harrison. And that as well is the 3rd game in a row that Harrison has hit a home run. So the RedHawks now lead by 3 with 2 more home runs. And here is Ryan Novak, who will take a first pitch ball. 2nd home run of the game, 1 on both sides. And both of them in the 3rd inning, coincidentally. A meeting for Kalk, talking things over with Chambers. 58 pitches for Chambers, who's trying to get out of the 3rd here. And he misses downstairs, ball 2. And the 3rd pitch hits the right leg of Ryan Novak. And that will put him over at first for the 2nd time today. Drew a walk to start off the 2nd, and this time he gets a hit by pitch from John Chambers. And out comes the Ball State pitching coach, Justin Wechsler to talk things over with his pitcher, John Chambers. That also brings in a Cardinal conference on the mound. The RedHawks ahead 4-1, as this is another good inning. If it ends right here, it's back-to-back frames with 2 runs. And really, you got to give credit to this Miami team. I mean, this series was such a huge one facing off against Ball State. You really got to win this series to put yourself in a good spot for the MAC tournament coming up. But the fact that you run roll Ball State in the first 2 games and are off to another good start here in the final game, it's just such a good coaching job done by Brian Smiley. And now we'll see Ignacio Gonzalez for the second time today. He's got Novak over at first. No pitching substitution, so Chambers will stay in. And here's the first pitch to Gonzalez. Ball 1 upstairs. Quick throw over from the catcher Kalk to Gillis, but Novak comes back quickly. So it's 1-0 on Gonzalez, Miami shortstop. Second pitch on the way is popped up a mile in the air. Coming in and making a sliding catch in the outfield is Balius for out number 2. That one much harder than the first one that he made, where that ball came creeping in a little bit. Balius had to make a nice adjustment midair, and he did. And he dove to make a nice catch. So that's out number 2. And here comes Dom Krapinski. Novak over at first. And Krapinski 0 of 1. He struck out swinging in the second. First pitch is strike 1. Got that down the middle. Krapinski, the lefty senior, is Miami's third baseman. And this will be ball 1. So it's 1-on-1 on Krapinski, native of Livonia, Michigan. Novak pacing over at first, and Krapinski swings and misses. That strike 2. Krapinski, the former Indiana State Sycamore, spent 2 seasons in the Missouri Valley Conference 2 seasons ago. Really solid hitter, and that's why Brian Smiley brought him over. A 1-2 pitch, outside and away, 2-2. So Krapinski joining his former coach at Indiana State, and now his full-time head coach here at Miami. A 2-2 pitch, and this ball misses inside belt high. Ball 3. 3-2 on Dom. Trying to get on base for the first time today. And if he does, we will see Matt Buffington here in the third. The payoff from John Chambers, and that is called strike 3. Chambers rings up Dom Krapinski here in the third. The RedHawks strand 1 runner, but still another really good inning for Miami as they tacked on 2 more runs. It was a 2-run blast from Tommy Harrison out to right field to increase the Miami lead 2-3. It's Miami 4 and Ball State 1 on to the middle innings. To the 4th we go here in Oxford with the RedHawks up by 3. We'll be right back for more baseball action in a moment here from Oxford. Welcome back to McKee Field at Hayden Park for the top half of the fourth inning with Ball State trailing by 3. And this will be 5, 6, and 7. Kenske Thomas, Brett Griffiths, and Max Kalk to face Troy Banco. Banco through 3 innings, 34 pitches, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 strikeout. And the first pitch to Thomas is a ball that missed a little low. Thomas is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop Gonzalez in the second. And Banco answers the first pitch ball with a strike down the middle. It's 1-1 on Thomas. Thomas pops this one foul. And this one will bounce over the top and out of play on the left side of the press box. Pretty close to me. Always got to be alert. Thomas is a junior, and he transferred over from Georgia Highlands College. He spent 1 year there at the JUCO ranks. The 1-2 pitch, and this ball is laced out to left, but this will bounce foul close to the Miami bullpen. And interestingly enough, Thomas is actually from the hometown of the Novak brothers. Thomas is from Canton, Georgia. Went to a different high school, however. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Thomas swings and misses. That's strike 3. Thomas goes fishing on a breaking ball down the middle, and Troy Banco gets his second strikeout of the game, and that's the first out here in the fourth. Breaking ball for Banco has been a big reason why the RedHawks have had a lot of success in the bullpen this season. Got some sort of stoppage. Looks like Ignacio Gonzalez is going over to the Miami dugout for a moment. And he comes back out, and we resume play here at Hayden Park. And now here is Brett Griffiths. First pitch, Griffith sees, he hammers this in the air out to center, going back, and it banks off of the wall. Dirks throws over to Gonzalez, the cutoff man, and on a first pitch, Griffiths has a double, and now he is 2 for 2 with both first pitch doubles. Got the first one in the second, and this time in the fourth, and now the Cardinals have another runner in scoring position. In the second, however, the Cardinals could not bring in Griffiths. And now we will see Max Kalk for the second time today. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to Diego Cruz back in the second frame. Ball 1. Scoots low on the left side. It is 1-0. Max Kalk, the junior from Appleton, Wisconsin. His third year at Ball State. First pitch, or rather the 1-0, this ball is hit on the right side, and it reaches out of the glove from Tommy Harrison. Griffiths got the wave home, and he will slide in safely. So it's going to be an RBI double for Max Kalk. And the Cardinals draw a little closer. They cut the Miami lead in half. It is now 4-2 here in the fourth. So that ball was hit pretty hard by Kalk, and he makes Banco and the RedHawks pay. It's 4-2. So just like Miami, that's now back-to-back innings with a run for Ball State as they look to get this offense back on track after 2 tough showings offensively. And now here's Malik Perkins trying to keep this train rolling for Ball State. First pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Perkins struck out swinging and open up the last inning. And he is a 5'6" freshman from Greenwood, Indiana. He was an all-county and all-conference player at Whiteland Community High School. And Banco misses the mark on the second pitch. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. This one bounces low. Nice stop by Buffington. It's 2-1. Two balls and one strike on Malik Perkins. And Troy Banco, the 6'5" senior, trying to put him away for the second inning in a row. Small lead over at second for Max Kalk, who hit that RBI double a few moments ago. Bunt laid down. In comes Banco. Throws over to first. That's a strike. And that is out number 2. So it's going to be a bunt out. It'll be a 1-3 put out. But a successful one, as that pushes Kalk over to third. And Gavin Balius will come up to the dish to try and bring in another run. So far, Ball State has left 3 runners on, and they're trying to clear the bases right here. First pitch does not get over the top of the shoes there, missed down the middle, and it's 1-0 on Balius. Balius has 22 stolen bases on the season, so he's a guy that when he gets on, he can really frustrate some pitchers. Second pitch is club foul right side. It is 1-1. Balius is second in stolen bases only to Miami's Marcus Dirks. So this series we've seen the top two stolen base leaders in the MAC. The 1-1 from Banco as this one misses and clips Balius on the left side. Hit his left side, and now the Cardinals have something cooking. They've got runners at the corners with 2 outs, and Banco is nearing 50 pitches. He's at 49 right now. Tying run is now at first base, and here comes Braden Hubner for the 3rd time. He is 1 for 2, had a home run in the 3rd out to left field. And out comes Miami pitching coach Larry Scully to calm the nerves a little bit of Troy Banco and give him a little breather. And Hubner is a guy you got to be careful with, especially in this spot. 375 average, 6 home runs on the season. We saw him hit one last inning. And he's a quality hitter that has been a really solid player for Rich Maloney for this Ball State Cardinals squad. Hubner, the 6'2" sophomore from Evansville, Indiana. Last year hit .348, and this year really has been the starting DH for the Cardinals all season long, and we saw just why he was the DH after that home run swing. First pitch to Banco, and Hubner hammers this left field. This one is way gone. Off the first pitch, it's a 3-run moonshot out to left field for Braden Hubner. And just like that, the Cardinals have retaken the lead. It's 5-4 Ball State over Miami here in the 4th. It's a 4-run 4th for the Cardinals. And now Larry Scully will come out of the dugout. So both home runs for Hubner off of first pitches, and this one might do it for Troy Banco, who's now given up 2 home runs to Hubner. For Hubner, that's his 7th home run on the season, and that's going to do it for Troy Banco. Ends throwing 50 pitches, 3 2/3, but ends up giving 6 hits and 5 earned runs up to Ball State, also striking out 2. We will take a pitching substitution break and return to action here in Oxford with Miami now trailing 5-4 against Ball State here in the series finale against the Cardinals. We'll be right back for more baseball action in just a little bit. Pitching substitution call to the bullpen here for Miami. It is Alex Gay coming in for the RedHawks. And he will face off against Ryan Muslar. First pitch home, and Gay fires on a first pitch strike. Gay, the 6'5", 220 right-hander, comes in, trying to silence this Ball State offense as they've tacked on a 4 spot here in the 4th inning. Second pitch nearly clipped the top of the head of Muslar. Just misses, and it is ball 1. So it's 1-1. Gay comes in with a 8.31 ERA, and this is his 10th appearance on the season. Check swing, it's 1-2. As Gay will look to put Muslar down quickly here. Bases empty. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Sails high, ball 2. 2-2 on Muslar, the MAC hitter of the week last week. Deuces wild here in the 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch from Gay, as this ball is hit high in the air out to left. Camping under it is Novak. He makes the catch, and that ends the 4th frame for the Cardinals. But a huge inning for Ball State. They add 4 runs. That was capped off by a 3-run homer from Braden Humner to now give the Cardinals the first lead of the game. They're ahead 5-4, and we will take a break and head to the home half of the 4th with the RedHawks looking to retake the lead here in Oxford. We'll be right back for more baseball action in a moment on Red Hawk Radio. Here in the home half of the fourth, with Miami now trailing 5-4 after 4 runs were scored by Ball State in the top half of the inning. And now for the RedHawks, trailing, it'll be 7-8-9, Buffington, Cruz, and Roa to face off against John Chambers in the middle innings. First pitch, a strike on a foul off from Buffington, and it's 0-1. Buffington is 0 for 1 today. He struck out swinging in the second. Chambers fires home, the 0-1, miss inside. It's 1-1. Missed it, bell tie and inside. So it evens the count here. Buffington will take ball 2 as that one scooted upstairs. Buffington, the backup catcher for Miami. Carson Rather played the first 2 games. 2-1 home from Chambers, and a wave and a miss from the breaking ball makes it 2-2. Buffington spent 3 years at the University of Southern Florida. Played for the Bulls in the American Conference. 2-2, and Buffington will stare at strike 3. So Buffington strikes out looking, second strikeout of the game for him. And now we'll see Diego Cruz for the second time today. Buffington bookending strikeouts today. A strikeout swinging first and a strikeout looking. And the first pitch to Cruz misses upstairs, ball 1. Chambers at 74 pitches, so if he gets out of this one quick, it's maybe one more, as that would probably end his day, but we'll see what happens as Cruz skies this one up a mile in the air. Elevator shaft over on the infield grass, and Gillis makes the catch for the second out. So 2 quick outs for Miami here in the 4th inning. 2 up, 2 down here for Chambers, and now Christopher Roa will try and end that stretch here for Miami. Roa, the sophomore, hitting .273 entering today. First pitch, he yanks it foul behind home plate. Roa is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman Gillis back in the second inning. It was a 3-1 putout. Second pitch, missed high, and it's 1-1 on the fastball from Chambers. First game, the RedHawks won 14-4. Second one, 20-4. So the offense for Miami has been really good. Swing and a miss upstairs, and it's 1-2 on Roa. And for Roa, the sophomore from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, will try and keep this inning going. The 1-2 pitch, bounced low, nice stop by Koch, and it's 2-2. Last year, only 13 games for Christopher Roa. So he's trying to carve out more of a role this year. Roa floats this out to right field, past the diving Bilius. It'll get down for a base hit. Roa slides into second safely, and he's got himself a 2-out double here in the 4th. Another nice piece of hitting here by the RedHawks. With 2 strikes, they put the ball in play, and Roa gets hit number 4 for the RedHawks in the game. Nicely done there by the sophomore. And now the lineup flips over for the 3rd time today. We will see what Marcus Dirks can do with a runner at second. Tying run in scoring position for Miami as they try to knot this one up at 5. Marcus Dirks, the lefty junior, will take strike 1. Miami center fielder hitting .388 entering today. So far today, he's 0 for 1, but he drew a walk in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch, and this one misses upstairs. 1-1. Little outside. Dirks from Kansas City, Kansas. Spent the last 2 years at Kansas City Community College. Played for the Blue Devils. Chambers looks back. Looks back once more. He fires home, and this one misses low in the zone down the middle. It's 2-1 on Marcus Dirks. And Chambers is past the 80 pitch mark. Trying to keep the fire hot on the stove here in this inning as this ball is looped out to shallow center, but backtracking a couple steps is Griffiths as he makes the catch for the final out here in the fourth. It was a pop-up to the shortstop, and that ends the inning for the RedHawks. So, despite the two-out double from Christopher Rolla, that is an empty inning for Miami. And now the RedHawks will end the fourth, trailing 5-4. We will return to baseball for the top of the fifth with Miami trailing by 1, but looking to sweep the Birds. We'll be right back for more baseball action in a moment. Officially in the middle innings now, as Ball State in the last inning took their first lead of the game. That was a 4-run inning for the Cardinals. And now for Ball State, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Gillis, Davidson, and Thomas to face Alex Gay, who did the job in the last inning. Got Ryan Muselaar to fly out. And on the first pitch, it's a good one from Gay. It's strike 1 on Gillis. Gillis is 0 for 1. He flew out to center, and he got hit by a pitch in the third. Second pitch floats over the top, and a nice catch made by Matt Buffington, the catcher for Miami. Final line for Troy Banco, 3 2/3, 50 pitches, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. Faced 19 batters. The third pitch, this one, same as the last, floats over the top, but catch that was anticipated well there by Buffington. It's 2-1 on Gillis. A little excuse me swing over the top. That is strike number 2, and it's 2-2. Count even between Gillis and Gay. And Gay fires home. Gillis swings and misses. Ball gets away from Buffington for a moment before he floats over the top, and that is strike 3 and strikeout number 1 for Alex Gay here in the fifth. Nicely done there by the right-hander.
Number 31, Brady Davidson.
And with 1 away, bases clear. Here comes Brady Davidson for the third time. He's 0 for 2 today. Davidson, the junior utility man, a transfer from Heartland Community College. The lefty will take strike 1. Stands at 5'7", 190 from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. Last 2 seasons with Heartland Community College. He hit over 370, and last year he was a 405 hitter. 64 RBIs at the JUCO level, and he's made a nice adjustment to be a cleanup hitter for Ball State pretty much all season long. Strike 2 down the middle from Gay, and quickly Davidson is behind. No balls and 2 strikes, base is empty, and Gay will fire home. This ball's popped up left side, and with Krupinski ranging over to the RedHawks bullpen, goes out of play. It'll stay 0-2. Kensky Thomas is next on deck. And Gay will stand on the hill and fire home. 0-2. Misses high over the top. About head high. And this will be 1-2 down the middle. Davidson spent last summer in the Northwoods League, played for Kenosha. And he also played in the Prospect League for Springfield in the same summer. The bouncer down low, and it's 2-2. So back-to-back balls from Alex Gay to even up the count. The 2-2 pitch home, and this ball will miss inside for ball 3. Just down and away. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Alex Gay looking for back-to-back punch-outs. As this ball is roped on the right side, it will go foul. So a nice little battle here between Davidson and Gay in the top of the 5th. Alex Gay, the transfer from Louisville, played for the Cardinals last year. Only 1 season in the ACC. The payoff pitch from Gay, and another foul off on the left side. This time over the top and out of play. And we'll continue this battle between Davidson and Gay in just a moment. Gay as well went to IMG, and a good amount of Miami baseball players have played at IMG before, so there's a consistent pipeline of IMG ascenders in Oxford here for baseball. Another 3-2 pitch, and this ball is grounded on the right side. The second baseman, Cruz, makes a nice throw over to first, and that is out number 2 here in the 5th. It's a 4-3 put out here for out number 2.
Number 38, Kensky Thomas.
2 up, 2 down here for Alex Gay in the 5th, and now Kensky Thomas will look to get on base for the first time today. He is 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Gay's first pitch, a breaking ball downstairs, and got Thomas to swing and miss. Along with spending time at Georgia Highlands College, as Thomas swings and misses, it's 0-2. He also played at Jacksonville State for a couple of seasons. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Base is empty here for Thomas. And here's Gay's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Alex Gay. And that ends the frame for Ball State. It's a 1-2-3 5th inning for Alex Gay, who quiets the Cardinals' bats here in the middle inning. We will be right back as the Cardinals come up empty here in this 5th inning. And we will turn it over to the RedHawks bats as they look to retake the lead and get back on the board here in the 5th. We'll be right back in just a moment for more baseball in Oxford. Welcome back to baseball here in the bottom half of the 5th inning with Miami trailing 5-4 against Ball State in the 3rd game of the weekend series between the Ball State Cardinals and the Miami RedHawks. For Miami, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Applewick, Harrison, and Novak. And the first pitch, Applewick lines it right to the pitcher Chambers, who throws underneath over to first for the first out here in the 5th. So a quick out on the opening pitch from John Chambers, who's now at 85 pitches. It's a 1-3 putout, and now we see Tommy Harrison coming up for the 3rd time today. 1 for 2 today, with a 2-run homer being the biggest swing of the morning for Miami. First pitch, ball 1 upstairs on Harrison, who has been a problem for Cardinals pitchers. 9 RBIs this series. Second pitch goes down the middle. It's 1-1 on the breaking ball. And for Harrison, 3 home runs, 1 in every game against the Cardinals this weekend. The 1-1 misses low and away. It's 2-1 on Tommy. Harrison originally was a catcher a few years back for the RedHawks, but transitioned to the outfield this year, where he's seen the most playing time really out of anyone for the RedHawks. He's started basically every game, as that ball will go in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. And Harrison will take strike 3. Harrison froze at the plate, and that's strikeout number 6 now for the Cardinals and John Chambers. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the 5th. So 2 quick outs for the RedHawks, and now here's Ryan Novak for the 3rd time. A walk and a hit by pitch for him. And Novak will take ball 1 that just missed outside. It was belt high, but a little bit on the outer box. Novak, the lefty, waves and misses upstairs at a breaking ball. 1-1. For Chambers, this is his 2nd start, but this is his best start certainly on the season. The 1-1, rifled in there for strike 2. It's 1-2. So far for Chambers, 4 2/3, 4 hits, and 6 strikeouts. Looking for number 7 here. The 1-2 pitch, a bouncer low. It's 2-2. And the deuces are wild here in the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Bases empty for Ryan Novak. And here's the pitch. Novak hits this in the air out to right. Going back at the track is Balius, and he makes the catch. Loses his hat, but he makes the catch, and that ends the inning for Miami. A quiet frame here in the 5th. RedHawks go quietly, a 1-2-3 5th for Miami. And after 5 full innings, it's the Cardinals 5 and the or excuse me, the Cardinals 5 and the RedHawks 4 here in Oxford. Top of the 6th here in Oxford for Ball State. It will be the bottom portion of the order with 6, 7, 8 Griffiths, Calk, and Perkins to face Alex Gay. Miami behind 5-4, and they're looking to limit the damage in this inning. First pitch, a ball outside and away. 1-0 on Brett Griffiths, who is 2 for 2, 2 doubles, and both of those doubles he got off of first pitches. So that trend ends here. The 1-0 as this ball is lined right to center. Dirks barely has to move, and he makes the catch for the first out here in the 6th. So nice catch there by Dirks as he's able to corral the fireball from Brett Griffiths. And now we see Max Calk for the 3rd time today. He is 1 for 2. Had the RBI double in the 4th. That was a 4-run 4th inning for the Cardinals from Muncie. And the first pitch from Gay is in there for strike 1. Gay fires home, and this ball is foul tipped into the glove, and it's quickly 0-2 on Max Calk. For Calk, he's got hits in now 5 of 6 as he got that RBI double a few innings ago. The 0-2 from Gay, fouled off, gets a piece of it to stay alive. For Ball State, they are trying to win the MAC for the first time since 2023, where they ended up playing in the Lexington Regional. RedHawks, of course, won the MAC last season, and they are looking to repeat it. Breaking ball from Gay, swing and a miss, strike 3 on the bottom portion of the zone. That's strikeout number 3 now for Alex Gay, and there are 2 quick outs here in the 6th. For Miami pitching, they've got 5 total. So Gay having over half of them. And here is Malik Perkins, who's 0 for 2 today. He will take strike 1. Perkins, a strikeout on the 3rd and a bunt out in the 4th. A 1 home as this ball sails high. It's 1-1 on Malik Perkins. Perkins, a lone freshman on this Ball State lineup today. Done a pretty good job in his first year in Muncie. Cut on and miss, and it's 1-2 on the breaking ball from Gay. Alex Gay's one strike away from having back-to-back scoreless frames. We'll see what he can do here. The 1-2 home, check swing, and Perkins did not go around. He saved it. 2-2. Gay awaiting the call, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Floats in there, and this will be ball 3. Just missed over the top. Three balls and 2 strikes. Gay against Perkins. Who's going to win the battle? Gay fires home, and Perkins fouls it off on the right side. Got the bottom portion of the bat, so it was a little bit of an ugly swing there, but still, to stay alive, you're not going to complain about those type of swings. Base is empty. Here's the payoff pitch, and Perkins gets rung up for strike 3. Alex Gay ends the inning bookending strikeouts. He gets his 4th of the afternoon, and that's a 1-2-3 scoreless 6th here in Oxford, with Miami still trailing 5-4, but a nice response out of the bullpen by Alex Gay. Fires up the RedHawks. Now let's see if this offense can get going as the RedHawks look to go for the sweep against Ball State here at home. We'll be right back in just a moment for the bottom half of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th here from Oxford, with Miami still trailing 5-4, but they're searching for an offensive spark here at home. For the RedHawks, it'll be the middle portion with Gonzalez, Krupinski, and Buffington to battle against John Chambers, who is still out there, and he's at 95 pitches. The first pitch is in there for a strike to open up the 6th. Gonzalez 5, 6, and 7 for the RedHawks. Ignacio today, he is 1 for 2. A single in the 2nd on a fly out to right in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 pitch, a little slow roller over to 3rd. In comes Muslar, the charging throw over to 3rd, or excuse me, to 1st, and this one comes up short. And the RedHawks will have their first base runner in a few innings. That'll be likely scored an E5. And the RedHawks start off the 6th on a good way.
Number 10, Mckie.
So far it's ruled as a hit, but it'll likely get changed. Dom Krupinski at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch he sees on the left side. So the tying run is over at first base for Miami. And Krupinski's trying to get out of a strikeout slump so far. He's struck out twice. And the second pitch he sees, he flies this in the air out to left, going over a few steps and out of the track is Thomas. He makes the catch, but In comes Gonzalez to tag up to second, and the RedHawks have a tying run now in scoring position. So a productive swing and a productive at-bat there for Krupinski. And now this will bring up Matt Buffington, who, like Krupinski, struck out swinging and struck out looking. Bookending strikeouts. See what the former USF Bull can do here with Gonzalez at second. First pitch, a check swing, according to the first base umpire, Justin Murphy. He did not go around, so that will be ball one. Buffington, the right-handed catcher. Hammers this in the air, deep left field, going back at the track, and this ball's way gone. A no-doubt home run for Matt Buffington on the second pitch of the at-bat. What a swing for Matt Buffington as the RedHawks retake the lead. They now lead 6-5 here in the sixth. And for Buffington, that's home run number 2 on the season. And it couldn't have come at a bigger time for the RedHawks. Second home run of the game for Miami. And just like that, the RedHawks lead once again, 6-5 here in the sixth inning. And now, this might do it for John Chambers, and it will do it. So that was the final straw here for Ball State's pitcher, John Chambers. And now we will take a pitching substitution break. We'll be back in a moment here from Oxford with Miami now leading 6-5 over Ball State. Stay with us. What a response by Miami as Matt Buffington was able to get his second home run on the season, and he pulls John Chambers out of the game. A 2-run blast for Buffington will bring up Diego Cruz to the plate, and he will take on Xander Bretza, the new Ball State pitcher. First pitch home, and a little, swing on the left side. Throw over from third to Muslar. Over to Gillis is in time for the second out here in the sixth. For Chambers' final line, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, facing 25 batters and 101 pitches. It looks like we've got a review between the 3 umpires. So we will see. And now they're going to put this to a review. Was a close play over at first. We'll see which way this goes for the RedHawks. If it works out in their favor, there's only 1 out and Cruz is safe at first. But if it gets overturned, it will stand and there will be 2 outs with Roa due up next. And for Xander Bretza, let's take a little dive into what he's been doing this season. Xander Bretza, a 5 ERA, making his 9th appearance. He's gone 10 2/3 with 18 strikeouts on the season and 9 walks. Now we got the screen on the Jumbotron. It's a really close play. Hard to see with only 1 angle. And Bretza was also in the frame, so it's a little hard to see. It might be about a half step behind or so for Diego Cruz, but I could be wrong. It looks like the left foot of Cruz on that really first, or that final step before touching first base is off the bag, and it looks like that throws in time. And again, to overturn this, they're going to need a substantial evidence against it, but it looks like this could potentially stay with Ball State, but we'll wait and see as the officials are still looking at it, and we'll see what happens. And for Bretza, the 6-foot junior from Santa Ana, California, he has, of course, mentioned his ERA a little bit ago, a 5 ERA. In his last game against OU a few days ago, 2 2/3. Let's hear what the officials have to say. They will call Cruz out. So the call stands, and that's out number 2 here for the RedHawks. Last appearance for Bretza, 2 2/3, 2 hits, and 2 walks, but 7 strikeouts. So this guy has been a strong bullpen arm for Rich Maloney, hailing from Santa Ana, California, and he will take on Christopher Roa here in the 6th. First pitch, a ball low. It is 1-0. Bretza, the redshirt junior, went to Segerstrom High School, and Roa whacks it foul. It's a 1-1. Bretza, another player from Boscher Parish Community College. Spent a year there at the JUCO level in Louisiana. Had a .550 ERA and 19 appearances for the Cavaliers last year. 1-1, and this one is a little outside. It's 2-1. And initially for Bretza, he got signed by UNLV before he transferred to JUCO, and now he's in the MAC. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 on Christopher Roa. Roa is 1 for 2, a ground out and a double. Base is empty, and 2 outs. 2-2 from Bretza, and Roa drills this in the air out to left, going back at the track at the wall. It's over the top of Thomas. Roa cruises into second. That's his second double of the game. And the RedHawks aren't done yet here in the sixth. A two-out double from Christopher Roa, the sophomore, showing off the power here at home. So like his last double, that was with 2 strikes, and Roa does a nice job of keeping this inning going for Miami. That's their 6th hit of the game. 6 runs on 6 hits, and for Ball State, 5 runs on 6 hits. And now the lineup flips over for the 4th time. Here's Marcus Dirks. An insurance runner over at second, and the first pitch to Dirks is strike 1. Sander Bretza trying to limit this inning for Miami at only 2. The 0-1 to Dirks, and he will take strike 2. That one might have been a little bit upstairs as Miami dug out a bullpen, letting them hear it. No balls and 2 strikes. Dirks has been on base once today, and that was a walk in the 3rd. And Bretzer will pinwheel back and keep an eye on Roa for a moment. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner at second for Dirks. Here's the 0-2 from Bretza. Chopper over to second. Quick throw over to first. And Davidson makes the throw over to Gillis in time for the final out here in the 6th. A 4-3 put out to end things here for the RedHawks 6th. But another good inning as that 2-run blast from Matt Buffington gives the RedHawks the lead right back. And they're ahead 6-5 after 6 innings. We'll be back for the final 3 innings with Miami looking to close out the series with a sweep against Ball State here in Oxford. Into the 7th inning now, and for the Cardinals, it'll be 9-1-2. Balius, Hubner, and Muslar to face Alex Gay for another inning. The RedHawks in the last inning, as this ball is tattooed out to center, but Dirks backtracks and makes a nice catch on the run for the first out here in the 7th. Last inning for Miami, it was a 2-run go-ahead home run for Matt Buffington to give Miami the lead back. And now for Ball State trailing. Got 8 outs to work with. And out comes Miami pitching coach Larry Scully to have a word with his pitcher Alex Gay. Top of the order again, the real threat here for Miami pitching-wise is Braden Hubner. This is a guy who already has 2 home runs today, a solo home run and a 3-run homer in the 4th inning. So ahead by 1. That's exactly what Larry Scully is having a word with Alex Gay about. Can't really canvas anything over the middle of the plate. Need to be careful with a hitter like Hubner. And that will actually end it for Alex Gay. So he goes 2 2/3. No earned runs, no hits, and 4 strikeouts. Nice appearance by Alex Gay. That will end it. And now we will bridge things over to a new Miami pitcher in a moment when we return. The score is Miami 6 and Ball State 5. We'll be back in a moment for more baseball in just a minute. Pitching change here in Oxford for Miami. Alex Gay day is done. He went 2 2/3, no hits, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. He was dynamite outside of the Miami bullpen, and now he will hand it over to Austin Berggren, who comes in with a 5.19 ERA, and he's making his 10th appearance on the season to face off against the top portion of the Ball State order. First pitch is a ball outside and away, 1-0 on Hubner. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Hubner is 2 for 3 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's got 4 of the 5 Ball State runs today. The 1-0, this one scoots away from Buffington, and it's 2-0. Berggren from Olathe, Kansas. His 2nd year at Miami. Spent a few seasons at Johnson Community College before coming to Miami last year. The 2-0 to Hubner, and Braden will take ball 3 outside. Just upstairs and away. And Berggren will try and get back into this count here. The 3-0 home, and Hubner will take ball 4. That one just nicked the outside box on the opposite side for Braden Hubner. That's a 1-out walk here in the 7th for the leadoff man on Ball State. And now that will turn things over to Ryan Muslar, who today is 1 for 3. A single fly out and a foul out today so far. Got that single in the middle of his at-bats. Hubner is going. The throw from Buffington's offline, and that will be a stolen base for Hubner here in the 7th. So that pitch from Berger and a ball, and Hubner makes Miami pay there. And now the tying runners at second. Berger searching for outs here as that pitch is whacked foul behind home, and it's 1-1. Jacob Gillis on deck next, along with Brady Davidson right behind him. And now Musler getting a word from Rich Maloney, the Ball State head coach. Trying to make an adjustment and get Ball State back tied. Hubner dancing over at second. And here is the 1-1 that bounces low. It's 2-1 on Ryan Muslar, who was the MAC hitter of the week last week. Had a really good series against the Ohio Bobcats. And Muslar lines us up the middle for a base hit. Drops in front of Dirks. And now the Cardinals have runners at the corners with one out here in the 7th. And this is a huge at-bat coming up now for Jacob Gillis. Tying run now 90 feet away for the Ball State Cardinals. And
Number 19, Jacob Gillis.
Let's see what Bergeron can do here and try and break out of this. Big spot for Bergeron and a big spot for Gillis. Monumental at bat and inning here in this game. 6-5 Miami leads, but Ball State knocking on the door. The first pitch from Bergeron is strike one. Gillis struck out on the 5th. That one was from Alex Gay. And Bergeron will try and do the same as his predecessor. The 0-1 home, and this ball sails high. Ball one, 1-1 on Gillis. Bergeron also played his first collegiate season for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Got recruited initially by them before transferring over at the JUCO level. As that ball misses high, it's 2-1. And he's played 2 seasons with the RedHawks here. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jacob Gillis. The 2-1 from Bergeron. High tapper over to short. Gonzalez only play over at first, and that throws offline. A run comes in. It's going to be an RBI single for Jacob Gillis. And likely an error on Gonzalez. So it should be an E6. And we're tied up. It's 6-6 here in the 7th. So now Gillis at first and Muslar at second. And now we will see Brady Davidson at the plate. First pitch to Davidson is in there for a strike. Just got to leave it at 1 here if you're Bergeron. Can't be perfect, but, I mean, as long as you can limit the runs here for Ball State, that's really all you can ask for. Strike 2 down the middle on Davidson, and it's quickly 0-2. Strikeout would do a lot here for Miami. 2 on and 1 out, the 0-2 pitch. Misses low, and it is 1-2. Gillis at first, Muslar at second, and Bergeron on the hill, searching for a big strikeout. The 1-2, sails high, nice stop by Buffington over the top to keep it from getting to the backstop. It is now even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out for Austin Bergeron in a battle here. Bergeron fires home, and he gets the call. Strike 3 looking. A huge strikeout for Austin Bergeron as he gets Brady Davidson down looking. And that's the second out here in the 7th. That is a massive strikeout to try and push momentum Miami's way a little bit more. And now we will see Kenski Thomas coming in for the 4th time today.
Now batting, number 26, Jack Bacon.
Rather, this is going to be a new Ball State hitter. Jack Backus will take the spot of Kenski Thomas. So Backus will take over for Thomas, who was 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Backus, the left-handed hitter, waves and misses at the first pitch. A 90-mile-an-hour breaking ball there, and it's 0-1. Backus, a junior, transfer from Lansing Community College. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on the breaking ball downstairs, and it's 0-2. Bergeron is 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th with only 1 run. That was not his run. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks from Austin Bergeron to end the inning against Ball State. A great response after giving up a RBI single. And after 6.5 innings, it's Miami 6 and Ball State 6. At stretch time here from Oxford as the RedHawks and the Cardinals continue to battle it out in the series finale here at home. Bottom of the 7th here from Oxford with Miami and Ball State knotted up at 6 here in the series finale, with Miami looking for their first sweep against Ball State since 2007. And for the RedHawks, they'll take on Xander Bretza. It'll be 2, 3, and 4, Applewick, Harrison, and Novak to face the Ball State right-hander. First pitch, a bouncer downstairs low, and it's 1-0 on Applewick, who today is 0 for 3, trying to get on base for the first time today. He is Miami's all-time home run leader, and he's got 11 this season. Bretz's 1-0 pitch, and that nicks the strike zone. It's 1-1. Just touched the bottom portion down the middle, and he's even with Applewick. Last inning, a RBI single for Ball State, tied this one up at 6, and Applewick torches this one in the air out to left. And going back a few steps up the track is Thomas, and that will be the first out here in the 7th inning.
Number 25, Tommy Harrison.
So 1 away, and now we'll see what Tommy Harrison can do. Harrison has been an RBI machine this series, 9 RBIs for the RedHawks, including 2 today. Had himself a 2-run homer in the 3rd. He's had home runs in every game this series, and Harrison lines this right to a leaping Griffiths, who makes a nice grab to take away a base hit. Oh, what a play there by Brett Griffiths to take away a hit. Looking like Derek Jeter out there over at shortstop, and that is out number 2 in the 7th. At some point, you just got to tip your cap to the fielders, and Griffith's making a really nice catch there. And now we see Ryan Novak at the plate. Novak will take a first pitch ball that goes low, bounced off of the turf. Novak today is 0 for 1. A walk and a hit by pitch are his only appearances on the base pass. But he'd love to get a hit. And Novak will take ball 2 outside. Belt tie, but touch the opposite batter's box, and it is 2-0. Xander Bretza, the California native, as Novak whacks this over to short, right to Griffith, stops it on the ground, throws over to first, a low throw, but Gillis makes the grab, and that ends the inning for Miami. A 1-2-3 7th inning with the RedHawks coming up empty offensively. Through 7 full innings, it's Miami 6 and Ball State 6. We'll be right back for more action in a moment. For the 8th inning coming up with the RedHawks searching for a sweep against Ball State. Top of the 8th here from Oxford, with Miami and Ball State tied at 6. And for the Cardinals, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Griffiths, Kalk, and Perkins to take on Austin Berggren for another inning of work. Berggren gave up the tying run in the last inning, but will look to redeem himself here with a scoreless frame. facing off against the bottom portion of the order. First pitch is grounded over to short. Gonzalez throws over to first to Applewick in time. A high throw, but a nice catch made by Applewick, and that's out number 1 in the 8th inning.
Number 8.
That's exactly how you want it to start. You want quick at-bats, and you want this offense to get back to work and go for a sweep against Ball State. Now, here is Max Kalk for the 4th time. He's 1 for 3 today with an RBI double. His biggest hit in the 4th. 4-run 4th for Ball State, definitely their biggest inning. But they've really been pesky hitting-wise. 6 runs on 8 hits as Kalk will take ball 1 upstairs. It's 1-1. 8 strikeouts for Miami pitchers. All 3 of them have 2 or more. Berggren's 1-1, and this one hits him right on the right quad. That one's a stinger. Kalk took it on the right leg, middle of it, and now he's getting some attention from the trainers. So he'll get over to first, but that one, a painful hit by pitch. Landed right in the middle of the right leg. Walking down the line past first base just to kind of shake it off a little bit. And now doing some light jogging over there. Depending on how severe this is, if he can't run full speed, might get pulled for another catcher, as Ball State has 4 total catchers. But looks like he's going to stay in, and looks like he's okay. So that's good to see that Kalk is doing fine. And now this will bring up Malik Perkins to the plate. Or now we see Preston Murphy. So a pinch hitter coming in for the Ball State Cardinals. Another outfielder substitution. And Murphy will look to bring in the go-ahead run over at first. That's the mission. Murphy on the right side. It's Austin Berggren. First pitch home, and Murphy will stare at strike 1. Breaking ball in the outer half. Preston Murphy, the redshirt junior from Northwest Florida State College. Transfer spent 3 seasons there as Berggren can't find the strike zone on the second pitch, and it's 1-1. This was a guy that was a all-state baseball player and a all-state football player. Was a all-state defensive end for 2 seasons. And Berggren finds the strike zone on the third pitch. It's 1-2. Murphy is a catcher. So depending on what happens, we might see some funky substitutions coming up for Ball State in the next half inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes with Kalk over at first, and this one sails away outside. It's 2-2 on Murphy. Gavin Bilius is up next. He's kind of your second leadoff hitter hitting in the 9 spot. He's a good hitter with a lot of speed, and we've seen that all series long. Here's the 2-2 as that one sails high, ball 3. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tie game 6-6 here in the 7th inning, or excuse me, the 8th inning, as Bergeron will rifle over to first as he tries to pick off Kalk, but comes up empty. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bergeron's pitch, as this ball is grounded up the middle, could be 2 scoop from Gonzalez. The throw over to first, and that's in time. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Gonzalez to Cruz to Applewick. They get both Kalk and Murphy out, and that ends the 8th inning with a bang for the RedHawks. The fielding has been good all season long for Miami, and that play no different as the RedHawks execute the double play perfectly. Well, we're headed to the bottom half of the 8th with Miami and Ball State still tied at 6, but the RedHawks are looking for a final win in this series to go for the sweep and knock off the Redbirds fully. We'll take a break and be back in a moment for the home half of the 8th coming up in just a minute. Home half of the 8th with Miami and Ball State still tied at 6. And a defensive substitution in. It's Kendrick Sorgius in for Murphy in center field. And for the RedHawks, it is the middle portion of the order. Gonzalez, Krupinski, and Buffington up against Sander Bretza, who's thrown 17 pitches now. The first pitch is a strike on Gonzalez. Second one on the way, and he waves and misses at a breaking ball that missed downstairs and well away. So it's 0-2 quickly on Gonzalez. RedHawks are looking for something in this inning that could set them up potentially for a save situation. Third pitch is downstairs and away. It's a 1-2 as that one hit the turf. Gonzalez is 1 for 3 today, had a single in the second. The sophomore shortstop has shined all afternoon long. The 1-2 pitch, and Gonzalez drills this in the air out to left center. Who's going to catch it? It will be Bakis, who waved off Sorgius, the center fielder, out nearing center field, and that is out number 1 here in the 8th. So a fly out to the left fielder, that's the opening out. And now we will see what Dom Krupinski can cook up here in the 8th for the RedHawks, tied at 6. For Miami, 6 runs on 6 hits. And for the Cardinals, the Ball State, 6 runs on 8 hits. First pitch home to Krupinski, cranks it foul left side, and that goes out of play. Redhawks have been knocking on the doorstep, and they've been searching for more runs. Got their most recent spurt of runs in the 6th. And this ball skips low. It's 1-1 on Kropinski. Kropinski is 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Sticks on the board here in the 8th for Kropinski, the 1-1, and this ball is below the knees. Goes for ball 2, and it's 2-1. Matt Buffington on deck. He's the guy who gave the RedHawks the lead back. They were ahead 6-5 before Ball State got a run quickly in the next half inning. The 2-1 pitch misses downstairs and away for a ball. It's 3-1. Three and one on Kropinski, Miami's third baseman. And that will go downstairs low, ball 4. And the RedHawks have themselves a 1-out walk here in the 8th. So the go-ahead run is over at first. And now Coach Smiley will bring in a pinch hitter. It's Carson Rather, who originally had the entire day off, but he gets called in as a pinch hit replacement for Buffington as he tries to get this offense on track here and really end the game with a bang. First pitch, swing and a miss. The throw over at second is in time. The throw from Koch is right on the money. Guns down Dom Kropinski, and just like that, there are 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And that is unfortunate for Miami, who originally it looked like they had something brewing, but comes up empty. And Carson Rather will try and extend this inning a little bit. The 0-1 pitch, and Rather will take a ball low. 1-1. We've been tied for a full inning. A 1-1, and this one is outside for ball 2-1. Bell tie, but a little outside on Carson Rather, who's been the starting catcher for the RedHawks this season. He's done a nice job. The 2-1 pitch is same spot as the last. It is now 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Rather hits this one in the air out to center. Going back at the track, at the wall. This one's gone. A go-ahead solo shot out to straightaway center. That was aided by the wind. A pinch hit home run here in the 8th inning by Carson Rather, who has terrorized Cardinals pitchers all series long. Gives the RedHawks the lead. They're ahead 7-6 here in the 8th. What a shot by the RedHawks, their 3rd home run on the game. And Miami's ahead by 1 again in the 8th inning. Oh my goodness. It has been the catcher's show this afternoon for the RedHawks. First it was Buffington to give Miami a 1-run lead back in the 6th. And now it's Carson Rather who's the hero in this 8th inning. Nicely done. And now Diego Cruz will come to the plate with a 1-run lead. Initially off of the bat, as that first pitch is low to Diego Cruz. Initially off of the bat, it looked like it was just going to be a flyout, but the wind carrying out to center pushed it back, and the ball just kept carrying before it cleared the 400-foot wall. And Cruz will send this one out to center. Going to the left is Sergius, and he makes the catch for the final out. But this is a huge inning for the RedHawks as they were able to get a solo shot out of their catcher, Carson Rather, coming on for pinch hit duties. And just like that, the RedHawks swiped the lead right back. They're ahead 7-6. And now we will head to the top of the ninth with 3 outs to get for Miami as they look to sweep the Cardinals for the first time since 2007. Stay with us here on Red Hawk Radio for a fun finish in Oxford. Three outs to get for Austin Berggren and the Miami RedHawks to secure a series sweep against the Ball State Cardinals here at home. And for Miami, going with Berggren, who's gone 1 2/3, 30 pitches, 2 strikeouts. He gave up the tying run back in the 7th inning, but the RedHawks got a huge homer from Carson Rather in the last frame to give them a 7-6 lead. And for Ball State, it will be 9-1-2, Balius, Hubner, and Muslar. First pitch, and Berggren rifles in a strike. It's 0-1. Balius today is 0 for 2, a ground out and a line out, along with a hit by pitch. The 0-1 pitch, a little tapper over to second. Cruz charges in. He throws over to first, and that's out number 1. A 4-3 put out to open up the 9th inning. So 1 away, and that will flip the order likely for the final time this afternoon with Hubner due up. And Hubner has had the biggest day of any Cardinal so far. 2 home runs, including a 3-run shot in the 4th. The first pitch home to Hubner, and this one goes outside for ball 1. Berggren looking to lock in for the final few batters here and give the RedHawks their first sweep against Ball State since 2007. It's been 19 years since Miami has swept Ball State. And the RedHawks are inching closer and closer as this one was fouled off by Hubner. It's 1-1. And Berggren finds the strike zone for strike 2. Went with the fastball down the middle, 87 miles an hour, and it's 1-2 on the leadoff man, Braden Hubner, Ball State's DH. Berggren rifles and fires. This one outside and away, swing and a miss, strike 3. Austin Berggren gets Braden Hubner to go fishing, and that's the second out here in the 9th. Strikeout number 3 for Berggren. And now the Cardinals are down to their final out. It's Ryan Muslar, the MAC hitter of the week last week, trying to keep this game going and give the Cardinals another chance. The first pitch, strike 1 down the middle, 91 miles an hour from Berggren, the Kansas native, who has been pumping fastballs all afternoon long. The 0-1 pitch just outside, but it was close as it looked like Muslar was thinking about swinging it. But he does not go around. It's 1-1. Muslar is 2 for 4 with 2 singles today. A 1-1 home from Berggren, fouled off behind home plate, and now the Cardinals are down to their final strike. Berggren is 1 strike away from giving the RedHawks the series sweep against Ball State. One ball and 2 strikes, base is clear, and this ball is whacked up the middle for a base hit. Muslar extends the game for now with a 2-out single. And the Cardinals now have the tying run over at first and the go-ahead run here at home.
Number 19, Jacob Gillis.
Not bad for Muslar at all. A 3 for 5 performance today with 3 singles. And now we will see Jacob Gillis for the 5th time today. Gillis in his most recent at-bat, an RBI single. That was in the 7th. Berggren was 1 strike away. He'll have to work back in this count again. And the first pitch to Gillis is upstairs, ball 1. Cardinals aren't quitting. They're a well-coached group led by Rich Maloney. And now Miami pitching coach Larry Scully will step out of the dugout and give some words of encouragement to his pitcher, Austin Berggren. In a spot like this, just got to reassure your pitcher, Berggren. He's been effective. 40 pitches for him so far. And you really only need one more out here to end it. You just need something in play, something easy, and that will effectively end it. But we will see. We'll see what happens, especially the way Ball State has been crafty hitting-wise all afternoon long. Gillis is the 3-man, and after him, Brady Davidson, cleanup hitter. But the story is at the plate here, and Jacob Gillis will try and do what Muslar did a few moments ago and extend this game. The 1-0 pitch, swing over the middle, and that's a strike. It's 1-1. Jacob Gillis, the Canadian, spent a few seasons at junior college, and he whacks us over the top of Applewick for a base hit, gets into right field. Muslar races over to third, and the tying run is just 90 feet away now. So a wacky little swing there from Jacob Gillis goes over the top, and now the Cardinals have a real shot to tie this one up. It will be Brady Davidson. But back-to-back singles by Muslar and Gillis have brought this game to an even more interesting spot. Berggren was 1 strike away from getting Muslar out. He battled, and so did Gillis. And here is Davidson, who bounces us up the middle. Gonzalez throws over to first with 5 hops over, and he makes the play. That's the final out, and the RedHawks sweep the Cardinals for the first time since 2007. The final game of the series was a roller coaster, but the RedHawks end up winning 7-6. They take down the Cardinals, and Miami now has a winning streak. They've won 3 games in a row as they send the Cardinals packing back to Muncie, Indiana. What a job by the RedHawks. This game had plenty of twists and turns all throughout. We saw 4 different lead changes, but more importantly for the RedHawks, they come away with a huge win, taking down Ball State, winning 7-6. And the RedHawks sweep a crucial series in the Mid-American Conference, as now Miami has matched Ball State's win total in the MAC at 10. Well, for the RedHawks, they improved to 20-10 overall, and for Miami, 10-5 in the MAC, likely leapfrogging both Ball State and Western Michigan, depending on what happens. But Miami now on a 3-game winning streak, and for Ball State falling to 15-15 overall and 10-5 in the MAC. And this losing skid continues for Ball State. They've now lost 4 in a row and really searching for any answers as we approach the home stretch coming up in just a little bit. Well, for the RedHawks, the winning pitcher, it was Austin Berggren, who went 2 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts. And meanwhile, for Ball State, the losing pitcher was Bretza, who gave up the lone shot from Carson Rather in the 8th inning. That broke the scoreless tie for Miami as the RedHawks were able to take down the Cardinals on this Saturday series finale. Thanks again for joining us and spending your Saturday morning/afternoon with us. As a reminder, the RedHawks, their next game will be against University of Cincinnati. They'll take on the Bearcats, their regional rivals, in the Nuxtall Classic on Wednesday. That game will start at 5 o'clock. And for Ball State, their next matchup will be in Bloomington, Indiana, as they take on the Indiana Hoosiers for a midweek matchup on April 7th, Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Should be an interesting matchup, a MAC versus Big Ten contest on the road. Well, that's going to do it. Once again, Miami wins 7-6. The RedHawks sweep the Cardinals for the first time in 19 years. And Miami continues to impress here in the MAC schedule. They continue to win, and they continue to do it in a lot of special ways. That's going to do it. Thanks again, and we hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend. My name is Andrew Relvas. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in our next Red Hawk Radio broadcast, wherever that might be.